Asway, but everyone is kind of assembling now. Do you think this is going to go down?
I don't think it will. So their wards are just gonna kill the tower, and then they're gonna get out. Unless Devourer can hit a hook, and nothing's really gonna happen. And yeah, the tower did get denied. It got pushed a little bit too hard, and they weren't able to get the kill on it.
Yeah, I mean, the Toxin Ward's great free damage, but it's a very steady, rhythmic damage. Very easy to time in a deny there. So, unfortunate for Druidz. Up top, we do have Hellbringer. He's just, as I said, merrily solo farming away. Nothing really in his sights, and we do got Bubbles kind of doing the same thing down south. He's going to be putting some pressure here, as without that mid tower, we've lost a little bit of map control for Wahlin. As without that tower, I mean that their safety point is now gone. The map control of this key, center part is also now gone. So right now, a little bit of a slight advantage in terms of golden experience is being awarded to Druidz. It looks like we're cycling down south for a Bubbles kill. But, as all pro teams usually do, we have excellent warding up here. So what do you think of the warding so far? Like, pretty typical stuff? There's nothing really flung out there or out of this world, is there, Asway?
The ward from a wall behind their tower, in the jungle, isn't really... I don't think it gives a lot of sight. So it's not really that good. I'd rather them put it a little bit more further up towards the... Hellborn, tier 1 tower bottom lane.
Well,
but other than that, everything seems, pretty
well, the Wahlin ward there, I assume, is just to stop exactly what they're doing right now. Just scouting that forest, looking for the in behind, the back door to the tower, the extra lane to the kills. And right now, I mean, we did have a Word of Revelation go down from Louis, but I don't quite think you can see this Ward of Sight. Otherwise, I do believe the Toxin Wards would be attacking it. But they are putting up a lot of pressure now. We have 4 down here. 4 Druidz here compared to the 3 Wahlin. They might be able to force a team fight here and grab a tower. But at the same time, in the mid, well, I guess they're not too worried about this. Voodoo Jester is free farming. Hardly a big threat at this point. DrDz?
Voodoo Jester free farming, he's gonna get boots, maybe some wards, counter wards. Or he already has boots, my bad, so Striders. Maybe a Chalice, that's not really that big of a deal to worry about.
Well, it does look like we got the Homecoming Stones down south. It looks like 5-on-5 will be the result down here. Everyone has gathered. We're going to have to see who gets off the good push. Now, with these team compositions, who has the superior initiation in a standoff like this, Asway?
Definitely the Legion team with Devourer Hook and Bubbles Ultimate. Definitely a lot better initiation. Hellborn team really has no initiation other than yeah, there's the hook in the initiation.
There's the hook exactly, taking down that Slither. He did get off his ultimate, however, before that cloud went up, so he did his damage. And right now it's just, well, a lot of damage going down. The tower went down to the creep pressure, and a double tap coming out for Jessica Alba. She will be taking down that Nighthound and that Voodoo Jester. Now we got the Hellborn team just hiding in the forest here. I guess they're a little scared, but right now they do have the superior numbers. So great call on that Devourer hook, as that led right into the fight. I was really expecting a Malphus to come out to start it off, but they preempted it with the Devourer. And now, as we said, 2 carries there. They both went down, but the extra support went down from Wahlin. So it looks like Druidz, really have this game in hand, at least in this early stages. DrDz, yeah.
Yeah, I think that, Druidz, they did win the last fight. I think they've won the majority of the fights thus far, even though it is tied 6-6 in hero kills. They have 2 towers down. Top tower for Legion is also low, and early towers are nothing to laugh about. That's a lot of extra money. As you can see, a 5k gold lead is built up for Druidz, so they're in a really, really good spot right now.
So Druidz is definitely holding a position of command here, but what can Wahlin really start doing here, Asway? Is it just really the team fighting? Do they need to start pushing towers a bit more aggressively? Or what do you think that could really start turning this game around for them?
They need a farm. I think Legion has the better late game compared to Hellborn. So giving that Nighthound free farm and just letting him, do his thing is going to be a really pain in the ass for them later on.
Well, this might actually be the complete opposite of free farm, but it does look like Nighthound will not go down there. He's definitely using bubbles to get out of that. But, oh, that was quite the turnaround on Magnus. Gets that Devourer hook to the back of his head, and he goes down to Bubbles' Shell Surf. So Puppet Master needs to be very careful up here, as we do have three very strong Wahlin up here. We have a little bit of reinforcement in the term of Witch Slayer, showing off those new Striders of his. So this could be a definite push on the side of Wahlin, because we are down a member there on the Druids. Does not seem that Slither's too, he's not paying too much attention here. He will be putting pressure up on this mid, but we do have a Homecoming Stone that will be warding him off from that Nighthound. So we are now about 19 minutes into the game. Looks like the Wahlin's going to be backing off from this push. What kind of items do we have lying around here, Asway? Do we have anything of big significance at this point?
Puppet Master almost has a shrunken head. He's very close to getting it. Nothing really stands out. Slither does have his Helm of the Black Legion. He had it for quite some time, actually. Other than that, there's not really a lot of big item pickups. I guess the Blessed Orb on Hellbringer is quite big.
That's a big purchase, 2100. Now the Blessed Orb, what can that build into, or for possible items here for this Hellbringer, DrDz?
Most likely he's going to turn that into a Sheepstick. However, especially against a hero like Nighthound, I would more expect to see him getting a puzzle box, as that would be a lot better than relying on your supports buying counter wards all game and dust. So that might, that leads me to believe that maybe Slither's looking to pick up a puzzle box as his next item instead of a Geometry's Bane.
Alright, well, we'll have to see what they do go. You'd make an interesting point about the counterwarding, because Magnus does have with him a Dust and 4 Wards of Revelation, so as soon as they even suspect that there's a Nighthound lurking around, they're going to be throwing that stuff down, trying to pick up his kill, but he is safely in the mid, but he does not have a Homecoming Stone either. So if they've checked his inventory, we do know that the Glyph of Defense is down, and this tower is going to be seeing better days as it goes down. Not denied this time. So I do believe that's the second real tower kill that they've had, because the first one there was of course denied, and now they're going to cycle out for some defense. So a lot of pressure coming up here on Wahlin, but at the same time we do have Nighthound now finally doing some farm, and as what you're saying, that's what they really need to do. They need to get this Nighthound up, right?
Right, they definitely need to get the Nighthound to get his Nullfire Blade, which I'm sure he's working on right now. And once he can get that, he can actually start, ganking a lot more and killing people on his own. But until he gets, that farm, he's not really going to be too useful, other than his Smoke Cloud in team fights. But other than that, he's, I don't know, not really useful at all.
Well, a Cloud and a Pounce, and we'll call it a day for the Nighthound. It looked like he wanted to go in on the Glacius, but Glacius picked up that Invis rune, and I think cancelled the attack just as it went off, because he did become revealed, and we did have Glacius ping that. Now of course they're looking around for him, but he's nowhere to be found, and that will put us kind of in a little bit of a lull here. We do have a Puppet Master up top. Looks like he's finished up his shrunken head, so he should be a little bit more beefy, but Bubbles now with a portal key. So DrDz, you seem to be very familiar with the puck or the Bubbles syndrome. A portal key on a Bubbles is a very good standard item, you think?
It's definitely standard. It's one of the most annoying things to have to deal with. Once he gets to level 14 with rank 4 take cover, he's extremely hard to kill, just because he can sit and take cover then blink away, and he just becomes a huge pain to deal with. So he can get in, initiate, and get out, and stay alive the whole time.
Yeah, definitely an annoyance factor in that, but it's great survivability, great mobility. He can cross the length and breadth of this map in fairly good time. I'm just checking out the Slither. It looks like they've taken the whole counter warding to heart. Slither has now picked up an eye. So I suppose that right now Slither is the tankiest on their team right now, Asway?
By looks of it, he does have the most HP. Actually, he doesn't. Hellbringer does, but he does have that Helm of the Black Legion, which will allow him to live a little bit longer in team fights. So giving him the gem is probably...
Well, we'll have to see if it works out. Now, of course, the Nighthound has to be extremely careful. He has 2 quick blades to his name with those treads, so that is very indicative of that no Fireblade. Is that not right there, DrDz?
Yeah, he's definitely going no Fireblade first, with 2 Quick Blades, and he should have it relatively soon, next few minutes. And once he gets that, they might be able to turn the tides a little bit.
Well, I just know. I'm just watching his gold jump up. He has 800 gold now. Down goes that mid tower finally, but down south, of course, we do have Magnus going down a little bit too far. He went there, and now this Hellborn team is going to be in retreat. So we do have the most kills right now with Wahlin, but we do have the tower advantage on Druidz. The experience lead, within one team fight, it could swing either way. And right now, it just seems that they need to, get up this Nighthound and get this Devourer out and about ganking with some support, and that will probably put them really into a strong position against the Druidz. What do you think of that, Asway?
The tower kills are definitely the reason why Druidz has the gold advantage. The game is very even, and like you said, one team fight, tides can completely change. But until that point, the game is even as it can get, really. 4K gold difference isn't that big at all. They'll probably gain quite a bit of gold, though, from this double stack of dragons here. Or triple stack, that is.
So Glacius doing his part there as the support, doing a nice triple stack. That's going to be a good amount of gold there for Slither. I'm just checking out, Slither does have a Ring of the Teacher, but so does Hellbringer. Now, those two auras, they don't stack, do they, DrDz?
No, they don't stack, but they're not always in the same place at the same time. And a lot of times you'll see a Slither solo pushing a lane. So turning that aura on when you're just by yourself and getting it on the creeps adds a significant amount of extra damage onto the tower. It takes an extra 1 hit to kill the creeps. 1 or 2 hits, rather.
So 3 armor translates to about, another extra 60-70 hit points. I believe that's about what the towers hit for. 100 to 120. I was off by a factor of 2 there. So, but an extra attack. It's an effective health increase of about 100. So not too shabby. I don't know. Usually in the games, I usually only see the support picking up that Ring of the Teacher, and this time we don't have either support picking that up, but we do have 2 on 2 separate carries. So just a little caught off guard, I suppose. We do have kind of a lull in the game right now. 26 minutes in, 8-6. Hardly been a high kill game, so to speak. I mean, there's a lot on the line for these guys. It is the DreamHack tournament, after all. 40,000. What are Swedish dollars? Do either of you guys know the SEK?
SEK or something. I think it's like 8,600 for first place.
And it's just pronounced like SEK? SEK?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure.
I have to get an expert in to verify that. It just sounds funny saying Swedish dollars all the time. Mm-hmm. We do have some awards coming out here from the Slither, because they're trying to say hi to this Kongor. So now they know that the Legion are onto them. They should be backing out, but they're not. This could be a big opportunity for Wahlin. Do you think they're going to go in here, DrDz?
Looks like they are right now, actually.
Alright, so in they go, the Devourer hook, the Bubbles ultimate, that's going to be at least a kill. Malphus coming out right on top of them, but Puppet Master is down. He's a big guy to take out of this fight. Glacius is down as well. Magnus wants to get off his ultimate, but he's not going to hit anyone, unfortunately, and now Bubbles is in retreat. We did have Devourer get focused down so very quickly. Nighthound as well, and now the Bubbles. Those are the top 3 on Wahlin, so that did not work out whatsoever for them. What went wrong there, Asway?
When Devourer hooked, Witchslayer actually stunned, and Puppet Master didn't move anywhere. So he wasn't able to get his ultimate off, and then from there, nothing really happened from Devourer. Voodoo Jester was stunned quite a bit. He got half his ultimate off, but it was on the Slither, so it didn't really do anything. I think if Voodoo had a better ultimate, the game, or the team fight story might have changed. Especially having a Hellbringer. He's really good for counter initiation. Mm-hmm. When Devourer hooks or Bubbles, goes in and does his ultimate.
Well, Kongor finally goes down. Does look like Puppet Master just walks in there. Whiplash, easy money. Who picked up the token? Was it Hellbringer?
It was Puppet Master.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay, yeah. I had him. I had the Hellbringer selected for some silly reason, so I didn't see it. But with Blessed Orb and now a Token of Life with that Shrunken Head, this Puppet Master is definitely going to be a pain in Wahlin's ear, so to speak. But he did get focused down really quickly that team fight. So, you know, good idea.